Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're gripping up, you could say, with a look at the upper core golfer grip.
That's right. It's based on our source material, focusing specifically on this technique.
Yeah, we're going to skip the really complex swing theories for a bit and just focus on how you hold the club with this style.
And what that can tell us, maybe, about different ways to swing. It's quite revealing.
Absolutely. So our mission today, we want to break down the three key bits mentioned. The long thumbs, a weak grip, and low shaft lean.
Exactly. It's fascinating how these pieces, these grip features, really connect and influence the bigger picture of the swing.
Okay, let's start with long thumbs. Now, this isn't literally about having long thumbs. Right?
No,
Yeah.
thankfully not.
Mm.
It's more about where the club rests in your hands.
Okay.
So with this grip, the shaft tends to sit more towards the base of the fingers and the palm area.
Right, in the palm more.
And because of that position, the thumbs, especially the lead thumb for a right-hander, naturally end up extending straighter or longer down the shaft.
Ah, I see. So the hand placement forces the thumb position. And how does that actually, affect the swing mechanics?
Well, what's interesting, according to the source, is that this setup seems to make it easier to uh, rotate and hinge the club.
Easier hinging.
Yeah, it supports what the source calls diagonal hinging. That seems to be a key characteristic for these upper court golfers, and this grip helps set that up.
Diagonal hinging. Okay, a different kind of wrist action. Now, the source connects these long thumbs directly to getting a weak grip. What does weak grip mean visually?
Good question. For a right-handed player, a weak grip means your hands are positioned neutrally or even slightly turned towards the target, so to the left on the grip.
Okay, turns left.
So if you look down at your hands, you probably see fewer knuckles on your top hand, your left hand, compared to a stronger grip.
Fewer knuckles, got it. Simple visual cue. So hands turned left. What does that usually do to the club face at impact?
Well, that position inherently means the club face has a tendency to be a little more open as it comes into the ball,
Open.
which means, if you don't make compensations elsewhere in your swing or with your hand action, the ball might want to go right.
Right, the classic fade or slice problem if you're not managing it.
Exactly.
So the third piece was low shaft lean. How does this weaker, long thumb grip lead to the shaft being more vertical at impact?
It follows logically, really. When your hands are in that weaker position, it doesn't naturally promote that strong forward press of the hands you see with other grips.
Ah, okay. Less forward lean.
Right. The shaft tends to stay more upright, closer to vertical, when you actually strike the ball, instead of leaning significantly towards the target.
So a more upright impact position. It really sounds like these three elements, the long thumbs, the weak grip strength, and the low shaft lean, aren't separate things at all.
They're absolutely interconnected. They work together. You almost can't have one without the others in this specific model.
It's like a package deal.
Precisely. And this combination, this package, is what sets the stage for that diagonal hinging motion we talked about earlier. The grip is really the foundation for the impact dynamics.
A real chain reaction, all starting from how you place your hands. So if someone listening is thinking about this upper core style, what's a key practical tip from the source?
The main thing emphasized is to keep those thumbs relaxed in that long position. Don't strangle the club.
Okay, relax thumbs.
And you could feel the club hinging, maybe a little loosely, from the palm area during the backswing. That's that diagonal hinge feeling.
At a hinge.
But, and this is crucial, because of that tendency for the face to be open with the weak grip, you need to be very conscious of actively closing the club face through impact.
Actively squaring it up?
Yes, to control the ball flight and stop it going right. It requires active management.
Okay, that makes sense. Relax thumbs, feel the hinge, but actively close the face.
That's got it. So just to quickly wrap up our deep dive here, the upper core golfer grip involves those long thumbs, a resulting weak hand position, and less shaft lean at impact. And all those components work together, creating the conditions for a specific type of swing, particularly that diagonal hinging.
It really drives home how something as basic as your grip isn't basic at all. It influences everything that follows.
Absolutely. The setup has huge downstream effects on the swing and the ball flight.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener. How might just small tweaks to your own grip, maybe even unintentionally, be influencing other parts of your swing and ultimately where your ball ends up? Something to perhaps experiment with next time you're practicing. Thanks for joining our deep dive.